Good morning all, it's Lynn here from Destiny Fulfilled. I do hope that today finds you well. The card that I've pulled for the collective today is the Ten of Swords. So normally in the Rider-Waite Smith Tarot deck, the Ten of Swords shows a person lying on the ground with 10 swords stabbed in their back, which is quite dramatic, right? For me, this card in this particular deck, which I absolutely love, this is the Lightseers Tarot. And for me, I really connect with this deck completely. It just speaks to my soul, and I understand the imagery in it much more fully than I ever did with the other decks that I've got, especially the Rider-Waite deck, Rider-Waite Smith deck, I should say. But anyway, the Ten of Swords talks about an ending, a painful one possibly. This won't be for everybody because there'll be a full spectrum of endings that we have. But for me, this could be a painful one. You could have been involved in backstabbing or have, someone's been backstabbing you. That's often a meaning that's associated with this card. It's the dark night of the soul. It's that's painful ending of a situation, a job, an event, something in your life is coming to a close, right? And that sort of fits in with the other cards that we've had this week, where we've had lots of new beginnings. So you may have recently been through lots of new lots of endings, or an ending. But this card calls for us to look at how we are feeling when we're in this situation, and what hope or love can we see in the situation. Now that may be very, very difficult, right? When you're in the throes of this ending as it's occurring. And I don't for one second, advocate that you stop feeling the feelings that you have and grieve and, let go of whatever it is you need to let go of. But at some point following this ending, it would be possibly a worthwhile experience to take the time to think about, well, what is something that's positive that's come from that situation? Was there something? Is there something that I can grab onto that will help me give meaning and learning from the experience that I've just been through? But definitely a time of letting go, a time of, possible pain associated with this particular ending is definitely something that could be relevant for some. Look at this card, right? So she's actually walking away from something. So it's very much like the Eight of Cups that we had previously this week, where you're turning your back on something and walking towards something new. And this again is following on from that, right? You can see that she's walking away from something. Something has ended, but look at the light that's there in front of her. There is a new beginning. There is a new light, a new dawn, a new way of being that she's walking towards. And I think it's always helpful if we can keep that in mind. It may be very difficult to do so whilst you're in the throes of that ending, but certainly as time progresses and you start to heal from whatever it is that's occurred, it could be very helpful for you to start to look towards, well, what openings has this made for me? What new beginnings has this created? What, doors have opened that have been previously closed? There may be something there that you can associate with that will help you move on from this potentially painful experience. So some questions, you might want to ask are, what wounds I have received, and how can they teach me something? So, try to delve into those, because every experience that we have, whether positive or negative, I always believe is a situation for us to learn something from. Now, it could be a difficult thing that we have to learn, or it could be a more easier thing that we need to learn, or a more love-filled thing that we need to learn. But it's always an opportunity for learning. So what What wounds have you received and what have you learnt from them? And the next question may be, how can I remain more open and more hopeful during these very difficult situations that we find ourselves in from time to time? What activities can I do? What practices can I have that can help me navigate these difficult transitions, right? And support me as I or you go through the situation, what it is that you're going through, right? How can I remain open to love and light during these times? What thoughts, beliefs, or understandings do I have that can help me feel supported, feel, not so alone, not so brokenhearted? What thoughts, feelings, or beliefs can I have that can help me support myself as I travel this road that I'm on at this particular time, right? And it's normal. Life's full of ups and downs. Life's full of lots of love, laughter, and light, but it's also filled with times of sorrow, despair, despondency, hurt. We go through a kaleidoscope of emotions during our lifetime. It's not always easy. Sometimes it's bloody hard to actually, work through the situation that we're in. It takes lots of courage, it takes determination, and it takes lots of perseverance to pull yourself or drag yourself, sometimes it feels like, right? Drag yourself through the situation that you find yourself in sometimes. And the last question might be, how can I center myself? How can I, within us, we all have this center point of peace, right? I truly believe that. And meditating helps me open that channel to that center point of peace that I have within myself. Now, do I always reach that center point of peace? No, I don't. Sometimes the situation that I'm dealing with is so painful, so upsetting, so disturbing that I'm in, that finding that center point of peace is very difficult, if not impossible. But what my meditation practice gives me is the ability to try and get there. It gives me the ability to be still, to be silent, to just let the thoughts be what they need to be, the feelings be what they need to be, whilst I search for and move closer to that center point of peace that I know is within me at that time. So, what can you do for yourself? That's my practice, right? Do you have a practice or an activity that you can do that can help you open up and see your way to a more centered point of peace within you as you navigate the more difficult times in your life? Anyway, I do hope that whatever it is that you're going through at this time, that you get the support you need, the strength you need, the love you need. If you can't get it from other people, ask your spirit team to be there and support you as you go through whatever it is that you're going through. And if nothing else, then support yourself. Find something that you can do, some way that you can be. Reach out, ask for help if you need it. You don't have to do this alone, but if it's something that you feel you can navigate on your own, then tap into those practices, those tools that you have in your toolkit to help you through these more difficult times that we may be navigating. Anyway, I wish you well, I wish you love, and I shall see you tomorrow. Bye.